Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the new moon in Aries energy reading with yours truly, Shango Ray. So, in case you're new to all this, but want to be true to all this, energy reading is we take the energy of this particular celestial occasion, in which case it's the new moon in Aries. Okay, so all you Aries, all you fast ass Aries out there, you hot ass Aries out there, it's your sign that's up for that's up. The moon is in your sign, we'll put it that way. And as you see, so that it's an energy read, and we're gonna just we're gonna look and see if this resonates with you. You'll know it. Trust and believe. Ain't no need to guess. You will know. Okay. So, first and foremost, you see the cards laid out. We have a Jack of Diamonds. We have a Three of Spades. We have an Eight of Clubs. We have a Five of Clubs. And then we have a Seven of Hearts. First off, the numerological, I think I said that right, the numerological total of all these cards comes out to 7. So that's the theme here that we're working with as far as this particular reading. It's 7 is that mystical ass number. You know what I'm saying? It's a mystical ass number. And one thing about the 7 that I have learned to be true, and so that's why I read it like I do, is the number 7 always brings it back to you. What the fuck is going on with you? Because you see, it is easy to get caught up in outside appearances, circumstances, situations, and so forth. But if you are really walking this path, if you are the alchemist, if you are divine, then a part of that comes with that is responsibility. Having to take responsibility for your life. Now, of course, some things, they appear to just happen. This isn't about blame. And like I always say, this isn't about shaming yourself, feeling guilty about, oh, did I create this? Did I manifest this? Well, I mean, it really does actually come down to, like, if you are God or goddess, if you are divine, if you are creating your reality, if you subscribe to this way of thinking, if you subscribe to these beliefs, then by default, you do have to take responsibility. But what does that mean? It means you choose how you're going to respond to whatever pops up in your life, even if that means you just don't respond. Because sometimes, a lot of times, no response is the best response, rather than getting all frazzled and giving too much energy, you know what I'm saying, to things of facetious nature. All right, so let's get this reading on the road. I'm going to just start with this Jack of Diamonds, okay? I have a message for some of you business owners or managers. There's going to be a situation popping up with a dishonest, thieving ass motherfucking employee or assistant. Okay? That's one way that this keeps coming through. And I'm looking where it's falling here, and it's right by this Three of Spades reversed also. Now, what I didn't show is another line of cards, just to give me an even better idea of what these headline cards may mean. Those are not in the picture, but trust and believe you're going to find out. And underneath this Three of Spades is a Nine of Diamonds reversed. Okay, so let's bring it back to this Jack of Diamonds. I believe I told you. I think I told your ass, like, last new moon reading, that about selling yourself to yourself, being your own cheerleader, cultivating that own motivation from the internal, intrinsic motivation, not motivation based off of things outside of you. Those are always temporary, and they are actually the weakest form of motivation. The person who can get themselves up off their ass to do something based purely on what's going on between their ears is the stronger of the two. Excuse me. But in this case, I cannot help but feel that those of you who have, attracted or resonated this particular reading into your circumstance right now, you have somebody who may not be an employee, they may not be an assistant, but they are taking from you. They are taking things of value from you. You may not have known this, but okay, so a good example of this, time wasters, someone who's wasting time, someone who's taking just a lot of the energy of your attention. See, we underestimate the power, the sheer magnitude and power of your attention. Because most of the time, what we place our attention on is done almost like, I don't want to say subconsciously, but we're not even really aware of what we're putting our attention on. We're like tranced the fuck out, And meanwhile, there you go, leaking, just leaking all over the place, just gushing, just whew. So I just want to caution, if you are a business owner, if you are a, any of those things, if you're a business owner, or even if you're a manager, okay, you're going to want to watch, especially a new employee. Because also the Jack of Diamonds can also refer to a very smart and intelligent person, yet dishonest. Okay, so that's like a really deadly combination. Now, obviously, 3 of spades reversed here. For some reason, for some of y'all, like worries about work or health related issues are going to seem to step up to the forefront. But what this card is stinking of is deception, man. Deception. I'm even going to be so far as to say that, sometimes the most important shit in any conversation, negotiation, or anything is what is gleamingly left out, not mentioned, not said. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you may have picked up on one of the meanings that I ascribe to the 3 of spades, especially when it's reversed, is deception by way of omission. What are they omitting? What are they not saying? What are they leaving out? I'd rather have a full-blown bald-ass lie than a half-truth. That's just me. I don't know about you, but give it to me straight or don't give it to me at all. You know what I'm saying? And underneath this card, what you guys cannot see, is the 9 of diamonds. Missing money. Missing money. Of course, diamonds doesn't just refer to money, but also currency. But the diamonds refer to what you value most. What's most important to you? Be that your time. Maybe it's a physical object, But what I can see here is, for some of you, if you're not careful, this is one of the main, thank you. It's going to cost you, okay? It's going to cost you. Somebody you have around you is going to cost you. And, sometimes, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but sometimes you get away from somebody and all of a sudden shit just starts fucking getting lovely as fuck. But maybe you're shamed or guilted back in or whatever, some type of momentary weakness or whatever, you get back around this person, be they friend, family, romantic partner. Things start going back to that fucking shitty level again. You know what I mean? And so It's very fucking apparent to me that like whoever this is for, y'all got some motherfucking snakes around you. I believe I said this before. Okay. But it's like really coming through. It's really, really coming through, especially with these first two cards. It's like deception and thievery. Somebody taking something of value from you. Be that money. Okay. Or could be whatever. It's whatever you value. But you got somebody close to you that should be being fed with a long spoon. Discernment's a motherfucker, man. Like one of the strongest gifts you can have is the gift of discernment. That gift of discernment will save you so much heartache, so much energy, so much bullshit, and so much time. If you develop it, if you listen to it, if you use it, if you utilize it, I'm telling you. Moving right along, we have the Eight of Clubs reversed. Okay. So on one level, I can also see within the next week or two, maybe 3, some of y'all are going to be having a change of mind in a negative way. Your thoughts are probably going to be more pessimistic, especially in regards to, well, there's several different things. One of them could be a friendship, or even a partnership, a working partnership. And from the way it's looking here, this may all be totally related to the first 2 cards. So I would sure enough fuck hope that you got a change of mind, you know. Don't let yourself get played. Don't let yourself get played. And, you know, sometimes some people can kind of, when I say dominate your mind, it's not like, it's just some people know how to sway your mental levers and buttons. And some of the toughest type of domination is the type you don't even know that you're under, because you think, oh, that shit's your idea, when really it's not. You've been primed, you've been all this other shit. So you must look deeper than somebody's words, okay? But I definitely see a change of mind. So in other words, it looks like you're going to be maybe trying to do something about this, or being a little bit proactive, or giving yourself that space, man. Giving yourself that space away, getting away from this person. Dare I even say maybe these people, some of you may have more than one of these kinds of people in your life right now. You got leeches, and you love feeding them with your blood. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. But I could see things definitely culminating here. 5 of Clubs reversed. Underneath it, which you cannot see, is a 2 of Clubs, which is also reversed. So let me just say this. Right? Yeah, major changes in thinking patterns. Okay. Whatever is going to happen here, if this is resonating for you, it's going to be very impactful. But you must be the alchemist. Extract the lesson. What did you learn from this? You can't let it define who you are. But another thing, too, is this 5 of Clubs reverse. To me, it looks like a huge verbal blowout. A huge verbal blowout. Some of you, are in situations that are verbally abusive. And this is just kind of an off note type of thing. I don't know where this is coming from. But it's about time that you need to set boundaries and respect yourself and remove yourself, or remove them from your presence. If they can't, respect you when they speak to you, then they need to get the fuck out. They need to get the fuck gone out of your shit. But of course, you're the only one that can do that, And some of you have been having a problem actually making that decision to either remove yourself or have them removed from your life experience as you know it right now. However way that you can take that. Because I also see too that there may be a major choice to make, and it looks like a lot of y'all are not going to make it. You're going to just ignore it, which in and of itself is also a choice, to just try and ignore it, to not do it, to play the ostrich, and just stick your head in the sand and shit like that. That's not going to work here. That's not going to work here. Justifying somebody else's bullshit, you can only do that shit for so long. Even if the so long is like 50 years or something, or 20 years or 13 years or something like that. You see people in these relationships and they just been taking shit. I mean, to the point where they're already conditioned now. They're like the elephant with a little rope tied around its neck. It's not even going to try and pull it because it's so used to having a chain around its neck. So, or like these horses that just won't jump over the fucking fence. They can bust through this shit easily, but they don't. They got that mental governor chip inside their head, And for those of you who don't know, a governor chip are oftentimes put in cars, and what it does, the car may be able to go 220 miles an hour, but with that government chip, it won't allow it to go any faster than 180 or some shit like that. So it limits, it restricts, Okay, so moving right along here, we have the 7 of Hearts. I don't know, this shit just keeps coming up, man. Like this 7 of Hearts shit, I almost get tired. Like I ask them, like, I'm tired of fucking repeating myself, because it's like this 7 of Hearts, I believe, I may be wrong, I can check back, whatever, but has been coming up a lot. And I think what the takeaway here that I'd like to kind of leave you with is like understanding, unraveling your own mystery. Like I said, what did we just talk about the 7 before? The 7 always leads you back to yourself inside. So since we're talking about your own, I'm going to just cut to the chase here. It's time to understand. It's time to acknowledge your emotional triggers. I can't tell you how important this shit is. One of the reasons why this is so important is because until you do, you are your triggers, bitch. Let me say that one more time. Until you do, until you start to understand your emotional triggers, you are your triggers, bitch. And anyone who can recognize that can easily use your own emotional triggers against you, on you. There's a lot of people sitting in prison right now, men and women, because of their emotional triggers, A lot of people have died and been through a lot of shit based on their emotional triggers. There's people right now laying in comas because they, maybe they got triggered. They were out somewhere and somebody triggered their shit and it led to some type of a fight and they got the short end of that fight. And now they like in a coma or some shit. I mean, these are very extreme examples, but it's one of the most important parts of you becoming more self-aware and understanding yourself intrinsically. What the fuck makes you tick? There is a reason why you have that trigger or triggers. There's a reason why. It may appear to be a mystery from this point of view, from this perspective. It is your job to be the detective and, explore that, investigate that. Why the fuck wouldn't you not? That's what I don't understand. Why would you just continue to want to live with these triggers that just, so I mean, it's a very important lesson. And it's if you choose to accept the mission here, I got to tell you this too, that there is the start of something that you will be extremely passionate about. I know that it may seem not even related, although it does to me, but there's there's a positive fucking jewels going on here. There's a lot of positive jewels here. There's a lot of things. You'd be surprised, man. Sometimes deactivating one trigger activates something else, like its counterpart, or what you may say is positive counterpart. You know what I'm saying? Like in a video game or something, like your character unlocks another power or another ability or another weapon or something that would be beneficial to it. That's exactly what the fuck happens when you understand your triggers. When you start to diffuse them, they no longer have power over you. They're no longer taking your energy, directing your energy onto things that, if you're one of these person that can't help but think about certain shit that pisses you off all fucking day, then you're not in control. It's in control. So it's about ownership. You know what I'm saying? It's about finally putting your foot down and saying, you know what? I'm the captain of this motherfucking ship. And so prove it to yourself. Take some time to, investigate, explore, even at the very least, just get curious. Like, yo, I'd be bugging the fuck out when that happens. I wonder why that is. I wonder what causes that. And down the rabbit hole you go. I mean, shit, you're fucking exploring yourself, dude. Like, why the fuck wouldn't you want to do that? Yeah, it can maybe seem a little bit intimidating or whatnot, but get over that shit. Get over that shit. Because the next 2 to 3 weeks is going to have plenty of opportunities for your triggers to get bust the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be acting up. And either they're going to be bitching you or you're going to be bitching them. It's one or the other. This is Shango Ray, and it's been my pleasure to deliver this to you. All right? We'll talk soon.